Story. Deanna Sidener. Number 18, Laura McKnight.
Welcome into Hillcat Soccer Live on Hillcats.com, a new feature on the website for LSU in collaboration with Stretch Internet Services. I'm Steve Brown. This was the first ever broadcast on Hillcat Soccer's the first day takes on our friends from just up the and the start of the national anthem plays. Assistant
Steve, it's good to be here. Soccer is not my forte, so I'm going to try to do the best I can, and hopefully this won't be the last time I'll be on air this year. Exactly. You know, I've seen a lot of YouTube clips of some Steve couldn't ask for any better weather. Not going to go out down the hill. Cool off in the last 30 minutes. There's a cold front coming through. It seems like nice little breeze. Not very many clouds. It's a great day. Play some soccer. Looks like we're going to have possibly some rain early on this. Got a couple sprinkles in the drive, but that's about it. And like I said, a beautiful day as the Northeast Oklahoma football club runs off. Over to the west side of the field to take in this one. Looks like we may have some on that squad. There's some speed going on the track, and I know it's a thrill for them to be out here today and be able to come out for the starting lineups with the Lady Hillcats. As Roger State will start it out, looks like they'll go with a 4-3-3, I believe. That adds up right, I believe it does. Hillcats with the kick. And Jordan Beasley controls the ball. She'll pass it over to Tara Garrett. Garrett loses control of it. Bristol Clark pass it back to Beth Estes as it's in the middle third of the field. Possession to the Eagles of Oklahoma Wesleyan. As I say that, Roger State claims the ball and takes it right back by Eden Brown. Brown cross it over to the right side to Amber Brown Longoria. Longoria up to the front. Forward for the Eagles. Taken over by Shireen Clark for the Hillcats. Clark turns that one over, regains it, boots it up to the middle third. Chelsea Meyer battles for position, unable to come up with it as Brown Longoria will have it. She'll get it up into the front third of the Eagles. And this one slide tackled out by Abby Rickner for the Hillcats. Corner kick for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Nice recovery there by Rickner. She's been a great key defender for the Hillcats the last 3 years, and looking for a big senior year out of her this year. Rickner, a 3-year starter, came on to Roger State along with 6 of her high school teammates as this corner kick goes out of bounds. A near header by Oklahoma Wesleyan, and Chelsea McMullen will put this one on the ground for the goal kick. It was a quick early test there for our defense and our goalie, and unfortunately that header was wide and to say wasn't necessary. McMullen's kick is covered by Bristol Clark. She'll boot it back, and McMullen will pick it up this time. Her punt goes to the middle third, right side there. Squeaks past the first line of defense of the Eagles, and they'll pull it in as Laura McKnight kicks that one out of bounds. And the flag will go up for the Hillcats. Unfortunate turnover right there for the Hillcats. We had the ball in pretty good possession offensive side where we could have made an attempt right there to try to get something into the box and potentially into the goal, but unfortunately a turnover gives the ball back to Oklahoma Wesleyan. Turnover there, and looks like a penalty on the Hillcats. So Oklahoma Wesleyan will get the free kick up near the half line. And they're bringing their goalie all the way out to take this one. Probably has the best leg on the team. She'll boot this one up into the front third for Oklahoma Wesleyan. As Jessica Turner will head that one out. Shireen Clark controls it. She won't get a good kick on it, and Oklahoma Wesleyan will have it, but Shireen Clark. I think that was Tara Garrett came up with it. A lot of physical play early here in this one as 41:30 remaining in the first half. The story so far these first 3.5 minutes is turnovers. Neither team can really gain control of the ball. A lot of turnovers going on in the first few minutes of this contest. Not a real chance to get any set plays so far for either team as McMullen's punt goes up to the midfield line. Out of the way of Lauren Hager as this one goes out of bounds. Rickner to throw this one in for the Hillcats. She'll get it off to Subu. Subu guarded quickly. Move it over, and that pass is off the mark. The Hillcats regain control. Jessica Turner back to Rickner, over to Shireen Clark. Clark will try to reset things for the Hillcats here. She swings it to the right side to Turner. Turner tries to kick this one upfield, and it's blocked by Veronica Martinez. Hager has control of it, loses it at the midline. Quick turnovers so far as Oklahoma Wesleyan seems to get the control here. That one goes out of bounds.
Most of the action taking place right in front of us here at midfield. Just kind of a little back and forth action going on.
As Rickner inbounds this one, gets it back and kick this one up into the front third of the Hillcat play. Just out of the run of Jordan Beasley, the freshman from Lafayette, Louisiana, Lafayette High School product. And the punt there by Savannah Longoria goes out of bounds. Hillcats will get the throw in. Play goes up to the Hillcats. Jordan Beasley will throw it in. Hager makes a run. Tries to sneak it past the Eagles defense there as this one high played ball and out of bounds. Flag goes in the direction of the Hillcats. Rickner to throw this one in. She'll get it up to Beasley up near the left corner of the Hillcat third. Beasley dribbles down the end line. Chip shot into the middle of the box. No one there for the Hillcats, and Oklahoma Wesleyan will kick this one out of bounds as Rickner will look to toss this one back in. She throws it down the line and gets to live to see another throw in here. Throws it to the end line to Beasley. Beasley gains it, kicks it to the middle of the box. Comes up empty. Oklahoma Wesleyan with possession. Brown Longoria will boot that one to no one on her squad as Shireen Clark gains control and tries to get something going, but just out of the run of Chelsea Myers. 38 minutes left here in the first half. Oklahoma Wesleyan 0, Rogers State 0. And this is the opening game of the season for Rogers State.
Ron, early on in the contest, I've noticed that one of our midfielders, Tara Garrett, she's pretty aggressive, and she's not scared of any contact. And as I'm saying it, there she's making a play on the ball and got a little contact, and I kind of like to see that.
Freshman out of Claremore, Oklahoma. As Rogers State gains control, Subu now with the ball. Veronica Subu. She'll move it up into the front half. That's a D1 product, getting it to Jordan Beasley. Beasley 1-1. Great save by Longoria. That one goes off to the end line, and Oklahoma Wesleyan, it looks like Laura McKnight was able to kick that one out for a throw-in. Rogers State just about 2 yards off the end line on the right side.
Well, what a great pass by Subu there to give us an opportunity at a goal, but even a better play by the goalie there, making an incredible save to keep this score tied up at 0.
High kick there by the Hillcats. So a spot kick. Free kick for Oklahoma Wesleyan. 36 minutes, 45 seconds here in the first half. Oklahoma Wesleyan 0, Rogers State 0 here at Soldier Field. Steve Braun and Kyle Blankenship for the first ever broadcast of Hillcat soccer. And the free kick headed out of bounds by Jessica Turner. And the throw-in goes to Oklahoma Wesleyan. Wesleyan's throw-in. Played over the head, but a push in the back by Rogers State. That'll be a free kick right in front of the Hillcats bench and Coach Derek Larkin. Coach Larkin in his 4th season here, or 5th season, excuse me, with the Hillcats. Started the program back in 2007. and has had assistant coach Sean Slater with him all those years. This free kick goes into the Hillcat box, defended nicely, popped out, no shot available for Oklahoma Wesleyan. This one a juggle fest so far, just outside of the Hillcat 18. Wesleyan controls it at the middle third. They'll swing it back to the defensive line, push it up into the midfield area. An aggressive play by Blair Thomas, the midfielder for the Hillcats, as Wesleyan has to boot that one up into the front third, and McMullen will pick it up and get a punt off. Chelsea McMullen was one of those players in the new Hillcat feature, Mo versus Alex, involving 2-year players.
Hey, I was actually proud of our guys. I was afraid that they were going to get shut out in that, and they put up a good fight and actually had a chance to win it right at the end. And maybe if we could get our point guard to lay out as the goalie and deflect the ball away, they might have had a chance to win. But hopefully when there's a loose ball this year in the basketball season, he won't be scared to get on the floor and go get it.
4-3 shootout loss for Mo Rutherford and Alex Ewings, two Hillcat men's basketball players, as the Hillcats have this one up in the front third. A nice pass by Chelsea Myers to Lauren Hager, but nothing to gain from it, as Jordan Beasley boots this one over the goal, but a foul called by the head referee. Oklahoma Wesleyan will get a free kick.
Oklahoma Wesleyan defense recovered very nicely right there. I thought we were going to have an opportunity to score once again, but they retreated well and knocked the ball away just in time to save another goal.
Free kick here, Savannah Longoria will take it, the keeper for Oklahoma Wesleyan. This one played out, headed out of bounds by Blair Thomas, the freshman from Grove, Oklahoma. That midfield of the Hillcats looks like it has two freshmen, that being Blair Thomas and Tara Garrett. Veronica Subu is playing in there as well. Jessica Turner is able to break down the offensive player for Oklahoma Wesleyan and knock that one out for a throw-in for the Eagles. 33 minutes remaining here in the first half as Oklahoma Wesleyan makes a run. Eden Brown tries to sneak a pass into the box, but nice defense by the Hillcats, able to boot that one out, but Wesleyan regains control. It's like Veronica Martinez has that one, the forward. She loses it. Lauren Hager gains possession here on the left side. The captain for the Hillcats plays that to the middle of the field to Blair Thomas. Thomas, this one kicked out of bounds. Not really a shot attempt.
Steve, it looks like if we can get on the attack, we can make something happen. We've got a lot of quickness on the outside, some good speed, and clearly in the first 12 and a half minutes of this contest, we have the advantage in the speed on the outside.
Good speed up front so far for the Hillcats, and it's matching up well with Oklahoma Wesleyan early on in this contest. Subu with the header over to Hager. Hager just over her head. She's not too tall. 5 feet is what she's listed at, and some might even argue that. But she's a feisty, speedy player for RSU. 3-year starter for Coach Derek Larkin, and the captain for this squad, along with Abby Rickner. Rickner with the throw-in over to Jordan Beasley. Beasley down the end line, loses control. This one kicked out of the box by Oklahoma Wesleyan and off the leg of Rickner. Throw-in for Owu. Looks like Katie Washburn will take this throw-in. No one there. They'll fight for it. Rickner will get it, pass it back to the defensive set, as Jessica Turner will gain control and slow things down just a bit. Pass over the left side to Rickner. Rickner cross this one up front, just off the head of Laura McKnight for the Eagles. Throw in Roger State. Hager will grab hold of it and throw it back to Jessica Turner, the defensive back for Roger State. She'll kick one up in
Got
front
something here.
And Tara Garrett gains control, not able to get a shot off. It's blocked by Oklahoma Wesleyan, and the second attempt off the leg of the Eagles as well, and a corner kick for Rogers State. Veronica Subu will take this, the Division I transfer from New Mexico State.
That was a nice pass in the zone there. He gave us the opportunity to get a shot on goal, and it resulted in a corner kick, and hopefully we can capitalize, make something happen here.
Subu take the kick. This one winds just over the goal. And a goal kick for Oklahoma Wesleyan.
Not a bad idea right there. For a second, I thought she was going to sneak it in there for a goal herself, but just a little high.
Had nice bend on that one and just out of the reach of the keeper, but just off target as well, as Savannah Longoria will get the goal kick. 30 minutes remaining here in the first half. Steve Braun and Kyle Blankenship with you on RSUHillcats.com. The first ever broadcast of Hillcats soccer, and the first of many, as we will have every home game right here on RSUHillcats.com in conjunction with our friends at Stretch Internet. A free service to all. You can pick us up on your iPhone and iPad. I think the majority of smartphone devices that use flash. As this kick goes up to Hager. Hager's able to control it over to Subu. Subu loses control on the dribble. Oklahoma Wesleyan will regain, but not for long, as Gianna Pela will have it, and she'll kick that one out of bounds. And the throw-in goes to Oklahoma Wesleyan. Throw-in here. Rogers State's Pela able to pick that one up. She'll boot it up to the front third, and it's kicked out of bounds off the leg of a Hillcat by Deanna Seidener. And throw-in goes to the Eagles of Oklahoma Wesleyan. Rogers State went 10-7 last season, 10-7-1 last season, 6-2-1 at home, 6-4-1 in conference play.
That looked like a handball right there to me, and must not have been, though, because the referee was standing right there in front of the action.
No call by the head referee as play moves in up the field for Oklahoma Wesleyan, out of bounds, and the flag goes to Rogers State.
I like to see you're in basketball mode already, even though it's still August. It'll be here before we know it.
Yes, it will. We've got plenty of Hillcat soccer to get going first, but basketball's right around the corner. Golf gets going here for the fall schedule soon, and as does both cross-country teams. They'll get going here in, I think, just 2 weeks. Coach Chris McCormick and his squad coming off a pretty good first season and has a lot of new recruits on campus. As the throw in by Turner goes to Subu. She'll get it back to Jessica Turner. Turner tries to cross this one up into the front third, and it goes off the back of Oklahoma Wesleyan and out of bounds by Veronica Martinez. Martinez kicks that one out, and a throw in for Jessica Turner. 27 minutes remain here at Soldier Field as that throw in by Turner, controlled by Oklahoma Wesleyan. They kick it right back to Turner. She'll cross it across the field to Abby Rickner on the left side. Rickner back to Shereen Clark. Clark will move it over to the right side, about midfield now, and boot it up to the front half for Rogers State, controlled by Jordan Beasley. Beasley to Turner. Turner, her pass picked off. Martinez for Oklahoma Wesleyan controls it. She'll kick it out of bounds, just out of the run of Libby Story. Coach Derek Larkin sporting a bright red shirt today.
Yeah, he's not hard to locate over there on the sidelines.
Must have got a new shirt in the collection, because Coach, for the most part, wears the same shirt since that first year.
Well, I believe he had that blue shirt on earlier today, and the weather must have had him sweating a little bit, so he made a change when they went back to the locker room.
Coach Derek Larkin, not far from your office up at Bushyhead Fieldhouse on the campus of Rogers State.
No, we get to spend a lot of times in the afternoon, and I get to hear all the good things and the bad things that go on in the women's and men's soccer program. So
he probably gets to hear the same about the men's basketball team.
Exactly. But let me assure you, it's a lot more good than bad for both of the teams. So, you know, that's always a good thing.
Hillcat programs have been successful here in the last 5 years, and not a lot to complain about, especially last season.
I know one thing for Coach Larkin. He's excited to get this season going. One of the toughest times for coaches is the preseason and just trying to get them to the games, because everybody's always coming up with injuries, and you would think Oral Roberts walked into a team's locker room right before every season, because all of a sudden, before you play a scrimmage or a regular season game, everybody's healed magically.
As the Hillcats do have Oral Roberts on the schedule this season, the women will take on Oral Roberts Friday, September 9th. That one in Tulsa, 7 p.m. game, just a couple weeks away. Just a week from Friday, actually.
That'll be an exciting game for our women. I know our men picked up a victory, the first win over any Division I program for any sport here at RSU.
And always fun to be able to take on some of those D1 schools just down the street. I know men's basketball has played Oral Roberts the last couple of years, and
All right, Jordan, keep it up.
played at the University of Tulsa last year. That was a fun game as well against Oklahoma City. As Veronica Subu controls the ball for the Hillcats, she passes it over to Jordan Beasley. Beasley loses control of it, but Tara Garrett's able to come up with it.
Nice play there by Garrett to control the line drive pass and kick it back into our offensive side.
Garrett wearing the bright pink Nikes, neon pink almost, playing with a lot of aggression early on, the freshman from Claremore. Shereen Clark in that sweeper position. Sure ball handler. She'll get it up to Jessica Turner, who will move it up the field on the right sideline. Kicked out of bounds and possession to Oklahoma Wesleyan. Their assistant coach will run that one down. Rogers State women's team, overall record of 56-23-1. Not bad for a program that has only been going for 5 years, averaging double-digit wins.
No, it's not bad at all, and you know, they've got a lot of people coming back off of last year's team, a lot of returners, a lot of experience, and hopefully that'll lead to bigger and better things this year.
As Garrett controls it here in the mid-circle, she'll pass it up to Beasley. Beasley dribbles back a little bit over to Rickner on the left side. Rickner crosses it over to the middle. Defender for Oklahoma Wesleyan gets ahead on it. Subu wasn't able to corral that one, and Wesleyan will take control, but sneaks through the legs of Bristol Clark, and Rickner reins that one in. She'll pass it over to Thomas. Thomas swings it up the front, just out of the run of Chelsea Myers, and a corner kick for Rogers State as Veronica Subu trots over there. 22 minutes remaining here in the first half of this one. Oklahoma Wesleyan 0, Rogers State 0.
It'll be interesting right here to see how Subu handles this corner from the other side. A lot of times you see teams, they'll have specialists for each corner that'll kick it, but she's taking the duties on both corners.
This one winds in there in the box, booted out, but not too far out of the 18 by Oklahoma Wesleyan. There's Garrett, the feisty freshman, being able to pull that one in. She keeps it in bounds and play this one to the middle and just on the top of the goal, out of play, and a goal kick for Oklahoma Wesleyan.
I thought we were going to have a chance right there, and that ball just kind of floated. Looks like the wind may have altered it just a little bit.
As Veronica Subu checks out of this contest, and her sister Melissa Subu, the younger sister, checks in, sophomore out of Henderson, Nevada, played high school ball at Coronado and played last season for Coach Derek Larkin here and the Hillcats. Veronica decided she wanted to come join her younger sister, and her parents would be able to keep an eye on them a little bit better with both of them here.
Well, that right there, you know, in itself speaks volumes for the type of program and university we have here at Rogers State. That when you've got a younger sibling that's been here before and you decide that, you know, you're looking at another place to go play, and anytime you hook up with somebody that's at a place before you, you know there's got to be a good thing going on there.
Yeah. They say your best recruiters are your players that are on campus.
That's what I always tell our kids, and I tell kids that I recruit that, hey, go talk to our players. Go talk to anybody that's played for our coaching staff or for this program, and let them help you out in your decision, because they are the ones. Players don't lie to players. You know, they tell you the truth, and fortunately for the women's soccer team, it looks like they've gained another good player as a result.
As Veronica Subu is that result, a Division I transfer from New Mexico. A nice ball by Abby Rickner there, and Chelsea Myers unable to run it down, or was able to run it down, but not get a shot off, and the goalkeeper, Savannah Longoria, came crashing in, and Myers is slow to get up. Able to limp back into position now. They've got a great senior, or a junior leader, captain, in Lauren Hager, and she ran up there to check on her fellow teammate.
Looks like we're going to have our first card. I thought he was reaching for his pocket, but
looked like an elbow thrown there, and referee quick to blow that whistle.
He kept the card stashed away. Maybe he'll save it for a later time. Hopefully not. Hopefully it won't get that rough out here, but you never know.
It's early on, knocking that rust off. Sometimes that involves knocking off or trying to find out just how those officials are going to be calling it this year. Seems to happen in every sport.
Well, there's no doubt our girls are not scared of contact. They've showed that through the first 15 minutes of action.
Rickner with the free kick here and goes right into the arms of Savannah Longoria. A nice ball there, played into the middle of the box, the goalie's box. And the punt by Longoria, headed by Rickner. Controlled by Oklahoma Wesleyan. Vivian Suevas. Suevas loses control. Rickner able to corral it in. Back to Clark. Shireen Clark moves it over to midfield. She'll play it up to the midline, up to Subu. That's Melissa Subu. Back to Jessica Turner. Turner tries to turn the corner and loses that one out of bounds. Throw in Oklahoma Wesleyan. They try to get a quick run. Pass to, or throw into Longoria. Longoria loses this one. It's pulled in by Blair Thomas. Thomas will kick that one out of bounds. And Wesleyan with the throw in. 18 minutes, 30 seconds remain here in the first half at Soldier Field on RSUHillcats.com or Stretch Internet Game Central on the campus of Rogers State University. Happy to have you with us, Steve Braun and Kyle Blankenship, as Shireen Clark moves down the left sideline in the back half for the Hillcats. She passes it over to Tara Garrett. Garrett over to Blair Thomas. Thomas will play this one forward to Chelsea Meyer. Meyer, the speedster on the right side, tries to play this one into the middle to Jordan Beasley, but isn't able to sneak it by the defense, as this one is on the right sideline. Myers playing defense now, the forward for the Hillcats. And a battle there, and it rolls out of bounds. Flag goes up for the Hillcats as they'll get to throw this one in about 4 yards off the end line on the right side.
We've had some opportunities early, and hopefully here shortly we're going to capitalize, and this could be a great chance right here.
Throw in by Meyer. She'll play it to Subu. Subu back to Meyer. Meyer kicks that one off the head of a Wesleyan defender and out of bounds. Throw in to RSU. Jessica Turner will run that one down. Keep looking over here to the north end zone to look at the clock, and it's not there anymore. It's been moved to the south end, as has the flag this year, as we'll start construction in the next few weeks and announce all that here shortly. As Hager has this one, she'll play it back to Garrett. Garrett in the hot pink shoes, knocked down as she went to pass that one and loses it. Controlled by Oklahoma Wesleyan. They'll play it into the mid-third. Rogers State controls it for a moment, but taken quickly by Brown Longoria. Longoria loses that one as Shireen Clark comes up with it, splits two defenders and plays it up to Jordan Beasley. Beasley on the run on the left side. She'll look to turn it, and it's kicked out of bounds by Deanna Seidenerd.
A lot of credit goes to Shireen Clark right there. Made a great one-on-one defensive play and then use her athleticism to weave in and out of a couple defenders and then send the ball in the offensive zone, and we're going to get a corner kick out of it.
Shereen Clark is an impressive player for the Hillcats, a senior. Had 15 goals in the last 2 years. She's an offensive power, but a great team player as she's playing sweeper today for the Hillcats as Abby Rickner takes this one, and it's crossed into the middle of the box. Melissa Subu gets a foot on it and just able to snag it in as Savannah Longoria for Oklahoma Wesleyan.
Well, Longoria is holding up nicely so far here early in the contest. She's made a couple of really nice saves and just kept this game scoreless.
But it's one of those things that the more shots you can get off, the more chances there are for the defense and the goalkeeper to break. Here's another shot for the Hillcats as Jordan Beasley turns this one and takes the shot, but it's a low one.
Yeah,
into the keeper.
Great
kind of
move.
slow moving by and snagged by Longoria.
Great move there by Beasley to get some separation. Again, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, I don't know a whole lot about soccer. She made a great attempt right there. Maybe could have taken a couple of extra dribbles with the ball and got a little closer shot, but nevertheless was a great individual effort to get that shot off.
Lauren Hager controls it over to Melissa Subu. Subu up to Beasley. Beasley to Hager. Hager kicks it too far out in front of her, and Longoria is able to slide in and come up with that one. She'll quickly throw it up to her teammate, Suevas. Suevas gets it off to Brown. Brown over to Story. Story tries to play that one up to Brown Longoria. Brown Longoria comes up with it, but Clark quickly there and will play it up to Chelsea Myers at the midline. Myers dribbles back a little bit, guarded closely by Oklahoma Wesleyan. Played out by Blair Thomas off a Wesleyan defender, and the throw-in goes to Roger State. Jessica Turner will take that one. The defender trots up here at Soldier Field. 13:45 remaining here in the first half as this throw-in is chested off an Oklahoma Wesleyan player and then off a Hillcat, and a quick throw-in by OWU. The Eagles control it right around the mid-circle on the left side. Plays back to Seidener. Seidener plays it up to Rickner, the defender for the Hillcat. She quickly corrals it, kicks it up, and it's taken in by Melissa Subu. Subu, nice ball to Lauren Hager. Hager, a speedster on the left side. She'll dribble in, makes the goaltender make a move. It's played to Beasley. Beasley with the shot and the goal! Hillcats. Jordan Beasley from Lauren Hager, and that's the first one right here at 13:06 remaining here in the first half.
Hey, first goal of the season and first goal of her career, and not a bad way to get your career started off and get the season started off right and give us a 1-0 lead as we head in, getting close to the end of the half.
And a nice play by Lauren Hager, the junior captain out of Belgrade, Montana. Moves it down the left side quickly and was able to slow it down for a little bit, get the pass to the middle to Beasley.
Well, Beasley's had her footprints all over this contest so far through the first half. Made a great touch pass to Hager right before that goal. And, you know, she's been very active. And it looks to me as if, you know, Oklahoma Wesleyan is starting to wear down a little bit. They don't have a deep bench, and we're getting a lot of opportunities as this half moves on.
Beasley able to corral that one in, and it looked like when she pulled that ball in right there and made the play up to Chelsea Myers that she had a little bit more confidence now controlling that ball after that first goal. Got the first one out of the way, and these freshmen are playing well so far for Coach Derek Larkin.
Well, obviously, you know, there's always – you can say you don't get nervous, and it may not be nervousness, but there's always first-game jitters no matter who you are, and I believe you're not really a competitor if you don't have those jitters. Even Michael Jordan had them, and I'm sure even the best soccer players do as well. It's just it's almost like an anxiousness. You're ready to get out there. You're ready to get the season started. And, you know, our girls have settled in well. They hadn't shown any signs of that, and it eventually paid off, and hopefully we can keep this thing going and keep being aggressive and tack on some more goals.
Coach Derek Larkin possesses that right combination of senior and junior experience with a couple young freshmen that are out there making plays so far as we roll to about 11:40 remaining here in the first half. Hillcats lead at 1-0 over Oklahoma Wesleyan, and Melissa Subu has this one in the middle. Looks like a point guard out there. She loses control right as I say it. Started surveying the field and lost sight of where the ball exactly was. That one goes out of bounds, and Hillcats get to throw this one in. Abby Rickner with the throw in. Shereen Clark over to Payla. Payla up to Chelsea Meyer. Myers loses control. That one taken away by Laura Fowler for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Jessica Turner kicks it out of bounds, and the throw in for Fowler and the Eagles of Oklahoma Wesleyan. Right there around the field.
It's pretty evident from up here in the box that these Oklahoma Wesleyan defenders are starting to get a little winded. You know, they've had to work very hard the last 20 minutes with our girls pushing and advancing the ball quickly and making some great outside runs to keep them having to retreat at full speed. And you can see that they're breathing hard, and I think if we can get the ball moving forward again and we can get some outside runs, that we might have a chance to tack one on here before the half.
Subu kicks it back to Rickner. Rickner plays it down the left sideline to Hager. Hager to Beasley. Beasley on the left side. She tries to side tap that one to Hager. Hager able to come up with it, but gets her hand on the ball, and looks like Hager may have been kicked in the head possibly. And she's still laying down and helped up by her teammate Beasley. She'll walk away as the head referee comes over as well to check on things. Gets a round of applause from the Hillcat faithful here on hand. Not a bad crowd here at Soldier Field. One of the more impressive displays that I've seen in the last 5 years or so, as Roger State has this one go out of bounds.
Well, I think we've got a few visitors that came down from Bartlesville as well, in addition to our home fans. We usually have a pretty good support from the students, and I think one thing this year is adding the new dorms right here behind the complex that will hopefully get more student involvement out here. All they got to do is walk out of their door, and they're right here at the field.
Chelsea Myers checks out. Lauren LaForce, the sophomore from Coweta, checks into the contest. University Village B, as they're calling it, right behind Soldier Field. And it's pretty hard for students to not know that there's a soccer game going on now, as they can probably hear the music an hour before the game and the PA as the game gets going. As you said, it's just a short walk from either set of dorms here on the campus of RSU, as Wesleyan isn't able to control it on the defensive back side and kicks that one out of bounds. Katie Washburn with the boot, and Rickner will throw it in for RSU. She plays it up to Hager. Hager turns it quickly. She'll slow it down, swing it back to Garrett. Garrett plays it up into the front third. Just out of the run, slowly played, excuse me, by Payla. Payla loses it. She'll go in for the slide, and a foul called against the Hillcats. Free kick just outside, just on the left side of the Oklahoma Wesleyan 18 box. Savannah Longoria will take the free kick. She'll boot this one down right sideline of the Hillcats, just in front of the bench of Roger State. And out of play, Oklahoma Wesleyan will get the throw in, as Jessica Turner was the last one to touch that one.
Well, we hadn't seen much action on this end of the field the latter part of this half, and hopefully we won't see it for very long. We can take back control and go back on the offensive.
As Oklahoma Wesleyan has it, loses it quickly as Blair Thomas plays that one up to Lauren Hager. Hager isn't able to run it down as Katie Washburn boots that one into the front third, but an offsides by Oklahoma Wesleyan. So a free kick for RSU, and Shereen Clark will line this one up, standing about 5 yards outside the 18 box in the Hillcat back third. She'll play this one forward just over the head of Blair Thomas. Beasley will corral it. She'll one-on-one get past the defender, Estes, for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Plays it into the middle. Thomas with the left foot, and a nice diving save by Savannah Longoria for Oklahoma Wesleyan as the Hillcats get off yet another shot. 1-0. 6:18 remaining here at Soldier Field. Steve Braun and Kyle Blankenship joining you here on the first ever broadcast of Hillcat Soccer. As Lauren Hager controls this one, she'll play it back to the senior defender, Abby Rickner. Rickner to Beasley. Beasley will take the left-footed shot. And it's corralled by Savannah Longoria. Longoria's boot brought in by Shireen Clark. Clark will play it up. Quickly to Subu. Subu back to Turner. Jessica Turner dribbles up a little bit, and she'll kick this one out of bounds. Throw in to the Eagles of OWU. That one brought in by Martinez. Martinez will lose it. Garrett hauls it in around the circle, the mid-circle. She'll play this one up to Lauren Hager. Hager corrals it in on the left sideline. Slide tackle there in play, and the referee will run up. Started to go for that pocket again, but decided not. And he'll get the free kick set up for Rogers State at about 15 yards from the end line on the left sideline.
Well, I've been watching that matchup between Washburn and Lauren Hager, and Washburn's got her hands full with Hager. Hager is nonstop, and she's quick, she's fast. She has a motor that runs 100 miles an hour, and she's given Washburn everything that she wants. And as a result, that might have been a frustration play right there because she has been worn out this half.
Washburn knew that ball was nowhere where she could get a foot on it, but somehow Lauren Hager came up with it, and I think you're right. She may have just a desperation, I got to save something here, and came up with the foul on the slide tackle from behind. Free kick goes into the box and is kicked out. Melissa Subu comes up with it. She'll play it back to Shireen Clark. Clark controls it, takes her time, dribbles back a little bit, passes it over to Turner. Turner at the midfield line. Mid-circle, plays it up to Hager. She'll get a touch on it to Beasley. Beasley unable to get a foot as Oklahoma Wesleyan's Seidener pulls it in and passes it up to Suevas. Suevas over to Brown Longoria. Brown Longoria passes it to midfield to Martinez. Martinez to the right sideline, and Suevas. Suevas, guarded by Rickner, plays this one into the middle of the box, headed out by Shireen Clark. Bristol Clark, that is, pulls it in for Oklahoma Wesleyan, and she'll pass it to the left side. And it looked like Libby Story was able to bring that one in, kick it off a Hillcat. She'll quickly throw it in, and that one played out of bounds by Oklahoma Wesleyan. Chelsea McMullen hasn't had a lot of action so far in this game, and that's a good thing in soccer if you're the Hillcats. We'll take this free kick.
Yes, it is, and I've seen her at her best, and I'm confident that if she does get some action, that she's going to turn it away and hopefully pitch another shutout. I believe we had 8 shutouts last year, was I think 22nd in the country, and so hopefully we're looking to build on that, and we've got a good one in goal back there right now that can help us build on that.
Chelsea McMullen thrust into action for the Hillcats last season after the injury of Bailey Lynn, the senior goalkeeper. Lynn now a student manager for the Hillcats as
a great kick on the initial attempt. Hit it right off the wall. But made a good play on the rebound to gain control, and it looked like she was going to blow past the defense there for a second.
Sorry for the technical troubles. First time doing this, so we're still working out all the kinks here on the live video stream brought to you by Stretch Internet and the Hillcat Athletic Department. As the throw-in will go to Oklahoma Wesleyan on the far sideline. Looks like Vanessa Ewan will have the throw. Her toss over the head of her teammate Morgan Terrell, but out of bounds on the Hillcats' Veronica Subu. Throwing again by Ewan. Up to Story. Story has that one punched out by Tara Garrett on the far sideline, and it'll be a goal kick for Oklahoma Wesleyan and Eden Brown.
Eagle corner kick taken by
Set play here, possibly by Oklahoma Wesleyan, as their players are grouped right at the 18-yard line. Start to trot in now. Bristol Clark will stand right in front of McMullen. Here's the kick, played to the middle, and a header by Tara Garrett as McMullen shouts out orders to her troops, and a great play by Subu to get that one out. Brought in by Laura McKnight. She'll play this one up, and brought in by Chelsea McMullen as she yells out a few more orders and punts this one away. Didn't come off her foot very clean, but either way it works out for the Hillcats as it moves up to the first third for RSU. Beasley will throw this one into Veronica Subu, played back to Jessica Turner. Near sideline, over to the middle to Blair Thomas. Thomas, left far sideline to Abby Rickner. Rickner dribbles to the middle. She'll cross it into the front third and off the head of Veronica Subu. Not a great header there. And out of bounds. Free kick to Oklahoma Wesleyan. Savannah Longoria will take this one as Rogers State leads it 1-0 over Oklahoma Wesleyan here in the season opener from Soldier Field. 35 minutes, 40 seconds remain here in the contest. As Abby Rickner brings in the ball at midfield. She'll pass it over to Shrink Clark on the near sideline. Her pass to Beasley off the mark. And Libby Story controls it now. Clark applying great defense. She'll come up with it. Veronica Subu came in as well. It's taken away by Oklahoma Wesleyan. Hala will control it. Get it back to the senior, Abby Rickner, on the far sideline. She'll move and pass this one up to Jordan Beasley. 20-yard pass to Beasley. She'll turn on it. Play getting very aggressive now as Oklahoma Wesleyan controls the ball. Rickner takes it in, and a nice touch there to let Oklahoma Wesleyan reset, let the defense of RSU reset as well, and a shove there, and that was just a matter of the head referee gaining back control of this game as emotions are getting a little high now, and they're starting to shove just a little bit more both ways.
Well, I think we set the tone early in the contest in the first half by being physical, and I'm sure that was addressed at halftime with Oklahoma Wesleyan. Coach Peterson, said that I bet he challenged his girls to match the physicality of our girls, and so far they've come out and they've been a whole lot more aggressive, and as a result, you can see the foul count has definitely gone up early on in the second half.
Right as we're discussing fouls, another foul by RSU, shoving the back by Tara Garrett. So a free kick about 4 yards this side of midfield. Play that ball into a group of players, and Chelsea Myers will come up with it in the mid-third and pass it back to the back third for RSU. Jessica Turner's pass up to Jordan Beasley down the near sideline. She collides in and falls down on this near sideline. Here the Hillcat faithful groan a little bit as Blair Thomas comes up with this one to Lauren Hager. Hager, nifty footwork, but loses control. as there's still a Wesleyan player down just outside the mid-circle and still staying down, trying to get up as the ball moves into the upper third for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Eden Brown controls it. She's brought on by Tring Clark. Pass to the right side. Defended nicely by Abby Rickner and Kayla. As there's a foul. The Wesleyan player, I believe it was Libby Story, right in the back of Gianna Pela, the freshman out of Muskogee, Oklahoma. Rickner gets to take the free kick. She'll get this one off. Obvious handball there, I thought, but no call. Morgan Terrell's just powering away through the Hillcat midfield as Shrink Clark comes in, and now she drops back, gets a header on it, on the cross by the Oklahoma Wesleyan forward.
A lot of pushing and shoving going on out there right now.
A lot of physicality, and Payla came crashing in there and knocked down Eden Brown as she is down on all fours right now. Resisting the help of her teammate, Libby Story. About 15 yards off the inbox on the far sideline. She's up now and walking away. A throw in for Oklahoma Wesleyan. 1-0 here. 31:45 remaining in this contest. Season opener for Rogers State here at Soldier Field. Throw in goes to Terrell. Terrell plays it back and called offside is Eden Brown, I believe. Play down the far sideline to Beasley is off the mark, and the throw in for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Ewan throws that one in. Beasley is able to corral it in and move it up near the 18-yard box, top of the box, and doesn't get off a good shot there. May have just lost control of it or was trying to play that one forward to Chelsea Myers, but either way hauled in by Savannah Longoria.
Looked like there may have been a little bit of miscommunication right there. Looked like Myers wanted to pass a little more to the outside, and Beasley kind of left it in the middle of play, and that's not where Chelsea had run to.
Aggressive play right at midfield as Jessica Turner comes up with it. She gets it to Veronica Subu. Subu plays this one well ahead of Beasley. Beasley won't be able to run this one down as Longoria, the keeper, will step out and pick that one up and slow things down for a second. Rogers State leads it 1-0 over Oklahoma Wesleyan. 30 minutes, 20 seconds remain in the contest of this soccer doubleheader. An offsides called here, as Libby Story was a couple steps ahead of the last defender as that pass was made to her. She boots that one away and walk it back up and reset it. Rickner will take the free kick as the head ref asked her to move that one back. Rickner with the kick there. Over to Clark on near the near sideline. She gets it up to Beasley. Beasley lets it come into her, and it's taken away quickly by McKnight. McKnight boots that one, and Turner takes it. Turner down the far or the near sideline to Beasley. Beasley comes into the 18-yard box. Cross here. It's defended nicely by Oklahoma Wesleyan and booted up to Veronica Martinez. Martinez just boots that one away and taken in by Blair Thomas. Thomas falls down. She's still on the ground as Eden Brown takes control. Shereen Clark comes up and some nifty footwork, controls this one nicely at midfield. Her pass, the run made by Beasley, no good. Over the head of Subu, and Myers will look to contain it. She does. Passes it back to Shereen Clark to reset things. Clark will cross this one over to Lauren Hager. Hager gets ahead on it to Abby Rickner. Rickner not there in time, leads with her head. And she ran right into the defender for Oklahoma Wesleyan, who was barreling down. She'll get the call. Rogers State free kick about 25, 27 yards out here at Soldier Field in the Hillcat third of the field.
Well, here we got an opportunity right here to extend our lead, and if not, at least hopefully we can keep the ball on the offensive end and control it like we did late in the first half and put a lot of pressure on the Oklahoma Wesleyan defense.
Look for a set play here from Coach Derek Larkin as Rickner will take the kick. Free kick comes in near post. Just didn't get enough on it. It's knocked out of bounds by Savannah Longoria. Brings up a Hillcat corner kick.
Not a bad idea right there, and good result for us. We're going to get a corner kick, and looks like there's a lot of substitutions waiting to be made for both teams at the scores table.
Yet another set play here. Richter will take it. Yet again, this one played in, low roller. Looked like Chelsea Myers got a foot on it. Tara Garrett came up with it, but knocks it out of bounds. And here come the substitutions for Rogers State. We'll try to get them for you. Oklahoma Wesleyan, will make the subs here, as it is their throw-in. Coming out of the game will be Vanessa Ewan. Checking in, Vivian Suevas, along with Katie Washburn. Now, I only saw one player go out, two come on. There's the far one, Veronica Martinez sneaking off on the backside. Coming out of the game for the Hillcats, Tara Garrett, Blair Thomas, and Chelsea Myers. Checking in, looks like it's Devin Bollard. Sierra Lowhouse. And I'll try to find the final one. I believe it's Melissa Subu. So both Subu sisters are in. I'll just call them by their first name. Veronica has it right now, and that one's poked away by Laura McKnight here on the near sideline. Throw in for Rogers State. Jessica Turner will trot up to take this one.
Well, it's pretty neat to see the Subaru sisters in at the same time. I don't know if their family made it here to the game or if they're watching back at home, but I'm sure they grew up playing together all the time, and that's a special moment when you get to play on the field with a sibling at the collegiate level.
There's a hold. Looked like a UFC move there by the Oklahoma Wesleyan defender. So a free kick for Rogers State.
She definitely got her money's worth right there with that hold.
Isn't that a crossbar, I believe? Armbar, I think is the proper term for that one. As Jessica Turner will look to take this kick as the fire truck rolls down Blue Star Drive. Here's the cross played in just past the head of Melissa Subu. She'll corral it, power through a couple of Oklahoma Wesleyan defenders, and the foul in the box, slide tackle from behind by Melissa. Owu will get the free kick at about the 7-yard mark inside their own box.
Well, I like to play of Melissa Subu ever since she's entered the game. She definitely has not been afraid to mix it up, and that's kind of like what I like to see right there. Shows an aggressive spirit.
Just something about that, an American style of play, I call it. Just a little more aggressive on the pitch. As Oklahoma Wesleyan makes a run offensively, Eden Brown with the pass and the shot, and a great save by Chelsea McMahon on the near post. As she holds it up and yells out a few orders to her defense before the punt.
What a great play right there. We don't want to see the team attack us a whole lot, but it's always good to see a goalie make a save on the first opportunity of the year, and she's been doing that for over a year now in the Hillcat uniform.
120 saves last year, and just got an excellent one here early on as Oklahoma Wesleyan called for the foul. Sounds like there's a lot of Eagle fans right here in front of us in the press box. As Abby Rickner tries to haul that one in, and another offensive run for the Eagles. This one led by Amber Brown-Longoria. Brown-Longoria down the far sideline has this one knocked away by Payla, excuse me. Payla taps it away. Eden Brown comes up with it for the Eagles. She'll pass it back to Washburn. Washburn back to Brown. Brown guarded closely by Melissa Subu. Subu providing great defense, able to take it away. She's pulled down by Eden Brown, and there's the flag. And the call by the head referee. Assistant ref threw up the flag, waved it, and Rickner will take the free kick.
Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about soccer, but I think when you have a deliberate takedown, there's got to be some kind of card there. Maybe not.
Judges can score that one as a takedown, but it doesn't count here on the pitch at Soldier Field. There's another arm bar by Laura McKnight.
Again, I think this goes back to the style we played in the first half, where we were the more physical and aggressive team. And I think Oklahoma Wesleyan, they were told at halftime, you better come out and better match that or you're going to lose this game. And so far, they've stepped up to the challenge. And, you know, they've made it a physical contest on both ends.
Rogers State set that tone early, and Oklahoma Wesleyan has responded as the free kick taken by Veronica Subu. Subu is pulled in by Melissa Subu and quickly kicked out of bounds by Oklahoma Wesleyan. A throw in here for Rogers State, but not before there's a substitution. Abby Rickner, the senior, will check out here with 22 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the contest. And Lauren LaForce will enter the game. The sophomore, the second time she's seen action today.
It's always good when you can substitute experience for experience. Lauren, I know she started, I believe, all 18 games last year as a freshman, gained some valuable experience, and to be able to come in off the bench this year gives your team an added lift. Look for a little boost off the bench.
Coweta, Oklahoma prospect. As you mentioned, started every game last year for RSU. As Jessica Turner throws this one in, it's headed away by McKnight for Oklahoma Wesleyan, so another throw-in opportunity for the Hillcats and Jessica Turner. Turner, a junior out of Ponca City, Oklahoma, played at Ponca High School. The Wildcats, if I remember correctly. And that one kicked out of bounds by McKnight, so third time's a charm maybe for the Hillcats. And Jessica Turner on the throw-ins. Got a couple soccer players in attendance, and one of them's got a cast on her leg. That is a full leg cast. She's out here watching the Hillcats and running down soccer balls when they go out of bounds. Devin Bullard comes up with there. Subu with it. Melissa Subu, that is, over to her sister Veronica. Veronica on the end line, tries to cross it. This one knocked out of bounds by Beth Estes. So a free kick, corner kick opportunity for Rogers State. Set piece here from Derek Larkin, one would assume. And Veronica Subu will take it here on the near side.
Well, let's see if we can get something in the box right here and maybe somebody sneak ahead on it.
South end zone. This one played in. Right over the head. Veronica Subu.
It wasn't a header to Devin. It found the leg and corner kick right there by Subu to give our team an opportunity to put one on the board. And Bullard was there, right spot, right time. 2-0 lead for the Hillcats with just over 20 minutes left remaining in this contest.
Just out of the reach of the goalkeeper, Longoria, and a great second goal. And the game-winning, or the insurance goal, I guess you could say, for the Hillcats, it looks like, here in this one.
Well, I mean, as I was saying earlier with Lauren LaForce, that Devin Bullard, you know, also came off the bench in today's contest. And she was another girl that gained valuable experience as a freshman last year, appearing in all 18 contests and starting, I believe, 9. And so it's always nice when you can have those players come off the bench and give your team a lift.
As Rogers State moves into the front third, or the first third of the field. Throw in here by Sierra Lowhouse.
As I take a look at my notes here, Steve, I also noticed that was the first goal of Devin's career. And so we have two first-time goals so far in the contest.
Devin's got good size for the Hillcats. Checks in at 5'8". The sophomore out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. Played at Charles Page High School. The Sandites, as they're called. And I'm still not sure. I've lived in Oklahoma my whole life, and I'm still not sure what a Sandite is. And a great ball up to Beasley. She's looking to get her second and falls right into her lap. She takes the shot, shoved from behind, and isn't able to get one off. That one's booted away by the defender for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Throw in for the Hillcats as Lauren Hager is checked out of the contest. She checked out right after that goal by Bullard. I'll try to figure out who checked in for her. I believe it was Blair Thomas has re-entered the game. And there's a takedown for Melissa Subu. She's going to argue that, hey, she grabbed me first, but that's an excellent takedown right in the middle of the field, and a free kick opportunity for Savannah Longoria and the Oklahoma Wesleyan Eagles. 18 minutes, 30 seconds remain here in the contest at Soldier Field. Free kick off the head of Lohaus. Sierra Lohaus. Excellent header as Oklahoma Wesleyan controls it. This one kicked up to the front third and off the back of the end line for a goal kick for Rogers State. Chelsea McMullen will take it as we move under 18 minutes here in the opening game of the season for Rogers State. Rogers State 2, Oklahoma Wesleyan 0. Thank you for joining us here on www.rsuhillcats.com. Steve Braun and Kyle Blankenship trying to bring you the play-by-play of this first ever broadcast for Hillcat Soccer. Play into the box by Oklahoma Wesleyan, defended nicely by RSU, and they're able to clear it to midfield. Aggressive play there. Ball on the ground. Veronica Subu tries to get Melissa Subu. She gets that one away. A slide tackle right after she gets away with it. Girl gets up underneath her legs. She does a handstand as McKnight dribbles right up the middle of the field. Shireen Clark comes up with it. There's the offsides. Chelsea McMullen came sliding in, and that's what you like to see out of your goalkeeper, one that doesn't really care about her body too much.
Hey, she knew the offsides call was coming right there, but she wasn't going to leave that up to chance, and she made an aggressive play on that and said, hey, you're not going to score a goal even if there is an offsides called or not called right here.
Chelsea McMullen, 5'3", sophomore out of Plano, Texas, Plano West High School. 120 saves last season as the everyday starter, thrust into that action after Bailey Lynn had her career end early due to injury. And Lynn is a player assistant manager this year, as is Adrian Jeffries, 2 Hillcats from last season, the last 4 years that are now stepping into that managerial role. Coach Derek Larkin, as Rogers State has a run down the far sideline. I believe that's Jordan Beasley. She stepped out of bounds. Assistant ref threw up the flag quickly there. So the Hillcat coaches have now sat down for the remainder of this second half. Here comes the yellow card, I believe. Oh, not quick to draw by the head ref, but a penalty, a tough foul down on the far sideline. So a free kick for RSU. Coach Larkin's going to plead his case there.
That's what I was about to say. He's catching an earful from Coach Larkin. If that referee's not careful, he could let this thing get out of control a little bit. Like I said, the physicality, the aggressiveness, the fouls, all that is up here in the second half. And being down 2-0, I don't blame them. They've got to find a way to try to fight and call their way back into this contest. So the referee needs to take control of that. I thought that was a yellow card, but again, I'm not a referee. Sometimes I wish I were.
Veronica Subu, especially in basketball.
There you go.
Guess. That's when you wish you could have that zebra stripes and whistle. Substitutions for Oklahoma Wesleyan after the crossing attempt by Veronica Subu goes out of bounds, and a few Wesleyan players will trot out. Laura McKnight being one of them, the left defensive back, along with, I believe it's Katie Washburn will check out. Entering the game, Morgan Terrell, and I think that was Vanessa Ewan checking in as well. Here's the play by Longoria. Played by Blair Thomas. She'll lose it. It's booted up. Shireen Clark comes up with it. Lauren LaForce on the left side, far sideline. Left defensive back has it. She'll play it up to Beasley. Jordan Beasley back to Lauren LaForce. LaForce, cross field pass to the near sideline, contained by Oklahoma Wesleyan. Devin Bullard will step in the passing lane, and she'll get it up over to Veronica Subu. Subu down the near sideline, over to Bullard. Bullard passes it to Lohaus. Lohaus, her shot off just low, and it's dribbler to the keeper, Longoria. 13:50 remaining here in the opening game of this doubleheader contest against Oklahoma Wesleyan. Men's game will start about 15 minutes after this one, close to 8 o'clock as we move into 7:30 on the clock, with 13:33 on the game clock. Throw in by Oklahoma Wesleyan, and a foul there by RSU. So a free kick about 40 yards out for the Eagles of Oklahoma Wesleyan.
Most important thing right now with approaching 13 minutes in the contest is for our team not to relax. You know, they do have a 2-goal advantage, which is tough to overcome this late in the contest, but you never know. Oklahoma Wesleyan has had some opportunities here in the second half, and so you want to still see our team be aggressive and get the ball back on our offensive side of the field.
Nice cross by the Oklahoma Wesleyan player. I believe that was Deanna Seidner. Her cross just out of the reach of Vivian Suavis on the near side of the box.
If Suavis gets a foot on that, then it's a 2-1 ball game.
Yeah.
There's a little small opening. It was a great entry pass to her, and it was just out of the reach. And like I said, just don't relax. Finish this game strong. You've got a good advantage.
Go get it.
Want to come away with a nice 2-0 opening win for the season against a regional rival in Oklahoma Wesleyan. Hillcats have that one kicked out of bounds down the near sideline, and Jessica Turner will throw this one in.
Match that up, let's go.
As we roll under 12 minutes remaining, Veronica Subu back to Turner. Turner kicks this one up low over the head of Lohaus. Thomas unable to control it. She'll fight off a defender and rein it in. Move down the far sideline.
Get down there.
On the offensive run for the Hillcats, Blair Thomas. Thomas leaves a defender on the ground, takes a shot, a liner on the near post from that far sideline, and hauled in by Longoria. Savannah Longoria has multitude of saves so far tonight for the Eagles. 9 saves, make it 10 now for Longoria, as there's a player down, and guessing it's a cramp as one of her teammates just came over there and has that leg up in the air, kind of pushing down on it. Not sure exactly, as a lot of the Wesleyan players trot over to grab a drink of water.
Steve, as you mentioned, I know we're winding down this contest, and I know we've got a men's game coming up. This is one of the better crowds that I've seen out here. We've got people sitting on the grass in the stands. One of the things I like to see the most is other student athletes from Rogers State supporting the other teams. We've got women's basketball, men's basketball. I see some baseball and softball players out here, and I'm sure we've got cross-country players out here as well.
Definitely, probably golfers as well, and that's one of the things about Rogers State. It seems like it's just one big team. All the student athletes come out and support each other at their different activities. You see soccer players at baseball and softball and at basketball, and basketball players at soccer, and about the only time you don't see athletes at a Hillcat sporting event is the golf team.
Right.
And cross country. And those are a lot of the time on the road and unable, but those guys are the first ones to, when they're walking through the hall, applaud each other. So great team activities.
The neat thing is that,
feeling here.
You know, the majority of them all live here on campus.
Yep.
There's not a lot of on-campus students due to the housing, but all the athletes are here. You know, they see each other every day. They go to study hall, go to class, practice in and out of the gym over at Bushy. And it's just a pretty neat deal to see them all cheer for each other.
This pass is up to Sierra Lohaus. Lohaus' shot over the crossbar and out of bounds. Oh, excuse me, that was Beasley. Got those numbers mixed up.
16 and 18.
18 and 16 look a lot alike when it's getting dark. Sun's starting to set here. Whole field is in the shade now as the lights have came on here at Soldier Field as we move close to the 10-minute mark in this contest. Rogers State 2, Oklahoma Wesleyan 0 in the season opener of Hillcat soccer. A great ball by Melissa Subu over to her sister Veronica on the near sideline. A cross over the head of Lauren Hager, who just checked into the game. A header by Bullard, and it goes out of bounds. Goal kick, Oklahoma Wesleyan and Savannah Longoria. Substitution here for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Re-entering the game, it looks like, is Laura McKnight. She'll check in for, I believe that's Vanessa Ewan. Ewan checks out.
Great effort there by Bullard running down that ball. A lot of times people have a tendency to focus on the people that are right in front of you. She almost snuck in there on the backside and punched in a third goal, and the ball was just outside of her reach where she wasn't able to get a good shot on it.
That goal kick hauled in by Vanessa Subu. She'll pass it back to Melissa. Melissa up to Beasley. Beasley back to Lojas. Lojas over to Bullard. Her pass to no one as the house was empty, but somehow Veronica Subu comes up with it. Melissa Subu has the pass to her, and she's knocked down by the defender. Bristol Clark give her a pat on the rear end. Apologize on that one. Go on her way is Vanessa Subu. I want to say Subu, but there's two of them out there. Vanessa Subu will take the free kick from about 40 yards out. Two-man wall in front of her. Set piece opportunity here for the Hillcats as Veronica Subu will look to kick this one. Watch out for Devin Bullard, the 5'8" sophomore. Makes a run on it, tries to get ahead, just off of it. Lauren Hager tries to go up for it, just not tall enough as Savannah Longoria is able to haul that one in for Oklahoma Wesleyan.
Well, as you mentioned it, watch out for Devin Bullard. She ran from one side of the box to the other and nearly got her head on that one as well.
Looked like a wide receiver on a Hail Mary pass there.
Yes, it did.
She came over quickly. Kind of looked like Larry Fitzgerald going up for that one.
And as you said, she's got a size advantage. She stands taller than most of the girls out there, and you know that's an advantage that we have.
About a 4-inch advantage, I would say, on a majority of the girls out here for either squad as this ball's played up to Beasley. Beasley makes a nice move on the defender, crosses it over to Lauren Hager. Hager crashes in, and she's met on that free ball in the box by an Oklahoma Wesleyan defender. Knocked down. Possession goes to the Eagles. The Eagles move it out of their third into the middle third. Over to the near side is Lauren Fowler. Fowler will boot this one up. Shireen Clark will control it. She's defended quickly by Oklahoma Wesleyan. She'll make a run on the near sideline and try to get that one away to Bullard. Pass off the mark just a bit, corralled by Oklahoma Wesleyan. Bullard makes a play, but comes up with nothing as Fowler moves up the field. She'll lose control. Hillcats take advantage. This one up from Veronica Subu to Melissa. Melissa tries to play this one to Lauren Hager. And the defender takes her time, and Hager nearly made a play on that one, and it's out of bounds. Possession goes to the Hillcats. Throw in Hager to Melissa Subu. Subu makes a move, and she's tripped up as she made a play forward, and a time called. And there's going to be a card here as that was a scoring opportunity for the Hillcats. There's been a couple plays that we thought there would be cards, and that was probably the most simple of fouls and the least aggressive of them all that we thought. And sure enough, the yellow card comes out against the defender for Oklahoma Wesleyan. Can't see the number quite yet. Won't take a guess on who that might be.
Well, you knew it was coming sooner or later. And sure enough, with 6.5 minutes left, we saw our first yellow card of the contest.
Rogers State leads it 2-0. Devin Bullard take the free kick about 20 yards out, 23 yards out, we'll say, on the far side, just outside the box. Set play opportunity. Bullard with a shot. Sneaks past the keeper, and that's the second goal for Devin Bullard, and the Hillcats now lead it 3-0. 6:30 remaining here in this contest.
Well, how about that? Came into the contest with 0 goals for her career. Has 2 tonight. And not to mention, she's done that off the bench in both halves. And like I said earlier, you know, it's always great when you have experience that can come off the bench and give your team a lift, and she's definitely done that tonight. 3-0 lead, 6.5 minutes left in the first half. What a great start to the season for the Hillcats.
3-0 lead over regional rival, I guess you could say, in some regards, Oklahoma Wesleyan. As the Hillcats have came out and put up 2 goals here in the second half, both of them from Devin Bowler, the sophomore out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. Wesleyan will take the kickoff and gain possession. Right around midfield is Veronica Martinez. Martinez tries to make a move, and Jessica Turner will trip her up. Free kick as the foul is called by the head referee. About 5 yards past the midfield stripe.
Steve, the thing I love most about that goal coming late is that they did exactly what we talked about earlier, is not relaxing late in the contest with a 2-goal lead. Go ahead and extend it and leave no doubt.
Kind of pays back to that thought process. Ooh, as we have a play right in front of the goal. A goal by Oklahoma Wesleyan, a beautiful play. And Chelsea McMullen is on the ground, and she is not moving at this moment. As Coach Larkin's going to make his way out there, as will head athletic trainer Rebecca Brittle. McMullen's starting to get up on all fours and make her way up. It looks like she took a knee to the head possibly. She'll take care of that headgear, try to get it back on.
It's good to see her get up and get back up on her feet. I know she's had a history of some concussions and does wear that headgear that hopefully protected her right there in that instance, because she did seem to take one to the head. Unfortunate, you know, not really her fault. She did a good job, and they got a goal on the rebound, and it looks like she's going to come out of the contest. Probably more precautionary than anything.
No reason to risk it with your top goalkeeper. And as Coach Larkin's making his way off the field, he's going to let the head ref have an earful here on that one. Is pretty dangerous, and he probably thought there was an offsides there as well. That was close, as Oklahoma Wesleyan gets the goal there with 5:46 remaining in this contest. Amber Brown Longoria had that goal for Oklahoma Wesleyan.
Well, Steve, I mean, that goes back to what we've been talking about. You see where that goal by Bullard makes all the difference. Instead of a 2-1 lead, you still have a 2-goal cushion with 5 minutes to go.
Wesleyan controls it. They'll play with a little bit of haste now as they kick that one out of bounds. Checking into the game, I believe that's Danielle Burgess. Looks like has checked in for Rogers State at goalkeeper, replacing Chelsea McMullen.
Burgess went to high school just down the road at Catoosa, another local product. You know, our whole roster is filled up with some local girls, and not only that, if you go up and down the roster and look at all the bios, we don't just have girls that played on their high school team. We have girls that excelled on their high school teams.
Exactly. And a lot of them played club ball for some of the top teams in Oklahoma. Oklahoma always has some excellent club soccer teams throughout the area, and Coach Derek Larkin, with his ties in this area for so many years, playing as a coach for club teams and high school teams, has been able to draw in a lot of great players in the past 5 years. And Larkin still got the ear of the side ref, the assistant ref, and I think even the head coach of Oklahoma Wesleyan after that play that has brought McMullen out.
Right, and I don't think it's so much.
Ooh, physical play there by Tara Garrett. She knocks off 2 Oklahoma Wesleyan forwards and is able to get that one away, as the Wesleyan fans are up on their feet yelling at the head ref on that play, as Shireen Clark has now made her way up to the front 4 for the Hillcats from that sweeper position. And she's a threat to score at any time, and probably makes the most dangerous offensive opportunity for the Hillcats now, with Shireen Clark, Lauren Hager, and Veronica Subu on that front 3.
Well, hey, Garrett showed a lot of aggressiveness right there on the back end of the defense. The thing I love the most about that is, even though there was a lot of contact, she threw her hands up like, hey, I'm innocent, no contact here. The referee just let them keep playing.
Once she got through it all, she threw them up like, hey, I had to do it to get out of that. Veronica Subu has this one over in the corner. She'll try to make a cross here. Lauren Hager goes up for the header just over the head of the 5-foot Hager. Devin Bullard will try to chase that one down.
Well, that cross was, just like you said, just over the head of Hager. Would have been perfect for Devin Bullard, who probably could have got her head on that. Unfortunately, she was just a couple steps behind.
Bullard with the throw in. Tries to get it to Clark. That one knocked away by Wesleyan. Out header by LaForce. Lauren LaForce controlled by Bullard. Bullard back to LaForce. This one tapped away by the Wesleyan forward Brown Longoria. Brown Longoria will fight for it on the far sideline. LaForce will get a foot on it, boot it out of bounds, down the field about 15 yards, and a throw in for Oklahoma Wesleyan. As time ticks to 2:40 remaining in the game. And the ball from behind the goal will be kicked up to the right defensive back, Laura McKnight. McKnight to throw this one in. Bullard will step into the throw-in lane and knock that one away. Quickly regained by Oklahoma Wesleyan. Out to Jessica Turner, Turner misplays it. Taken away quickly by Veronica Martinez. Martinez loses that one to Garrett. Tara Garrett, the freshman, playing sweeper for the Hillcats at this point. And an aggressive play there by Payla. And she'll get called for the foul, but didn't seem that harmful as she just ran in aggressively and played the ball there on the defensive side. So the Oklahoma Wesleyan Eagles will get a free kick here on the near side, about 30 yards out. Set play here with 1 minute, 45 seconds remaining. Rogers State leads it 3-1. Estes with the nice entry pass, and it's pulled in quickly by Danielle Burgess. Burgess will play it out to Shereen Clark. Clark has Veronica Subu down the near sideline. She plays it excellently to Subu. Subu will tap it. Clark makes her move to the middle. She tries to get it into Clark. Subu does. Unable to. Tapped away. Subu in the corner. She's played aggressively in the corner. It's knocked out of bounds by Oklahoma Wesleyan. Throw in Rogers State.
Oh, Clark was streaking down the field, and she wanted that pass to get through so bad. Her eyes were wide, and she saw the goal right in front of her.
It would have been Shereen Clark and the goalkeeper, Savannah Longoria, one-on-one. But the pass by Veronica Subu just couldn't get through the post, the wickets of the defense.
Yeah, and after
of
leading the
Wesleyan.
Hillcats in scoring last year, that's not a situation that she's unfamiliar with. Pretty confident she would have been able to tap that thing in and give us a 4-1 victory. 40
seconds remain here at Soldier Field. Rogers State 3, Oklahoma Wesleyan 1. And this is the season opener of Hillcat soccer. The women's team leading it over their regional rival, Oklahoma Wesleyan. Alyssa Subu controls it, makes a move, get it up to Shereen Clark. Clark taps it to the left. She'll pass it over to Lauren Hager. Hager, one touch, chips it just over the crossbar on what would have been the fourth goal for Rogers State. 5 seconds remain. Great pass and a nice opportunity by Lauren Hager. As time expires here at Soldier Field, the Hillcats win this one 3-1 over Oklahoma Wesleyan University and the Lady Eagles. Rogers State had 3 goals on the night. The first one coming with 13:06 remaining in the first half. Jordan Beasley from Lauren Hager on an excellent give and go there. The second one from Devin Bullard, a knee on a corner kick from Veronica Subu to put it up 2-0 at the 2020 mark in the second half. Devin Bullard got her second goal of the night and second goal of her career as a Hillcat on a free kick from about 23 yards out on the left side to give the Hillcats a 3-0 lead with 6:30 remaining, but Oklahoma Wesleyan wasn't going to be shut out as Brown Longoria got a close one from about 5 feet out with 5:46 remaining, and that led us to our final of 3-1. Rogers State wins it here from Soldier Field. Any final thoughts, Kyle?
Hey, great way to start the season. Got a nice 3-1 victory. Had some girls get their first goals of their career. I don't know if they start Player of the Week stuff this early in the season.
Sure do.
Devin Bullard is definitely a candidate. 2 goals in not a whole lot of minutes, and it's good to see us get a win, first home contest. And as the girls walk over here and thank their fans for coming out, Great crowd again, and looking forward to the men's contest.
Oh, the Roger State Hillcats will play again on Thursday, September 1st up in Marshall, Missouri. They take on the alum of Coach Derek Larkin, where he's an alum of Missouri Valley College. 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock, men and women. That one up in Marshall, Missouri against Missouri Valley College. Roger State men will take on Oklahoma Wesleyan here in about 9 minutes right here on www.rsuhillcats.com. For Kyle Blankenship, I'm Steve Braun saying until next time, thanks for listening.